But let's talk about the Ryder Cup. Of course, happened over the weekend. Europe getting the 17.5 victory over the United States. I don't know why we're high-fiving. I think if you watched the preview that we did last week for the golf, I was just sitting there doodling on my pad whilst you two were talking about it. So let's go over to you two guys now, and specifically you, Jamie, because you were at the actual event itself. I mean, how was the event for you? What was it like there with the fans in Paris?
You know what? I mean, before I went, I knew it was known for being very atmospheric, very loud, lots of chants, like it's a football match, but in golf. It was incredible. I couldn't hear myself. You had the European fans basically singing ole 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 ole. It never stopped. You just never stopped. You even had a big board that said ole ole ole, and people just kept repeating it from the French announcer. It was great. But no, it was absolutely fantastic. I'll say this now: the golf national course is absolutely beautiful. I didn't know much about it. I knew it hosted the French Open a few times, but my goodness, it's lakes everywhere. Poor lefty, Mr. Phil Mickelson, couldn't hack it. That's why he had such a terrible week, to be honest. But it was fantastic, and the weather was good for it. All 3 days of it, from the Friday to the Sunday, and yes, Europe won. And for the first time, no, not for the first time, since 1993, the USA have not won on European soil. And yet again, they still haven't. It's going to take them at least 29 years now to try and get it back. But yet again, we were saying last week, me and Joe, I thought USA were the favourites, Joe. I don't know about you, but I think we learnt this week it was all about team spirit with Europe. They just absolutely annihilated them, because you have the likes of Ian Poulter, Sergio Garcia, and maybe a bit of John Ram and Justin Rose, where Ian Poulter and Sergio Garcia, I think, have passed it in terms of actually competing for major championships. I know Sergio Garcia won the Masters last year, but ever since he's gone downhill. But they always say that the best comes from the Ryder Cup for some of these players. Ian Poulter will always be known as Mr. Ryder Cup. He just performs every time he's out there for Europe. Even if we lose to USA, he wins the matches. And he did that yesterday, and he was dressed as a postman box.
Top draw celebrations.
Yeah, and he was like, it's because he delivers, and it was just absolutely brilliant. Sergio Garcia was fantastic. I think that'll be his last Ryder Cup. I hope it's not the last for Ian Poulter, because he was magnificent. Bit surprised about Justin Rose, though, because he lost yesterday. And obviously he's number one in the world. But, as I said, that won't be for long. I think Dustin Johnson will get that back. But overall, I'm very, very happy. I don't know where to start. But, Joe, I remember we were saying last week, as I mentioned, the USA. What happened with them? I just thought there was just no spirit there. It just seemed to just crumble after the first section.
Would it be fair to say that they're a team of individuals and not a united front, cohesive unit? That's what I was trying to say. Like Europe work together well as a team. They're a team of individuals.
I think for me, I looked at the team where Tiger Woods didn't show up.
Yeah,
he looked tired.
Patrick Reed was poor.
What's that?
Patrick Reed was poor, apart from when he played.
He was poor, yeah. He played well yesterday. He got the win, but. Yeah, Phil Mickelson didn't turn up. I think Mickelson needs to not play in the Ryder Cup anymore. I think he even said in the press conference it'll probably be his last one. But the way he speaks in the press conferences, I think Phil Mickelson will be a future captain, because Jim Furyk, I think he made really bad decisions, to be honest, the way I look at it. Because if you look at the partnerships, I don't know why on earth Bryson was with Tiger Woods, because in my eyes, Bryson would feel under pressure, I think, under someone like Tiger Woods. Patrick Reed and Tiger Woods didn't work either. As much as I hate to say it, Tiger Woods probably shouldn't have gone to the Ryder Cup.
This is what I got down in my notes. Basically, Molinari winning the result, 5 from 5, absolutely fantastic
Best
performance
player
by him.
in the tournament by a mile.
First European to get 5 from 5 in his matches as well. Justin Thomas for the United States, he did pretty decent as well, 4 from 5. Beat Rory McIlroy as well in the singles. Potentially bigger things for him to come for him in the future. And then also, you already mentioned about him, Tiger Woods, 0 points from 4 matches. He won the Tour Championship recently, but this is a sport has always been a what have you done for me recently kind of thing, and for Tiger, it's coming to that bit now where it's like, maybe there might be better options in order to give USA a bit more of a chance in the future.
I just wonder because he was a vice captain 2 years ago because he couldn't make the cut, and they won 2 years ago. I'm just wondering if Tiger Woods is better to be there on the side for any advice or what to do next, etc. You know, a good pick 'em up if it's not going well in a certain hole. But I mean, you mentioned Justin Thomas. Yeah, he played really well. I'm surprised how well he played because he won the USPGA last year, and since then his form's been a bit dire.
Yeah.
So I think he played really well, and for me, Rory McIlroy, I think he's quite glad that they won the tournament at the end, or he wouldn't have been happy after yesterday. And he was drunk at his press conference, by the way, because he was the first one to finish.
Yeah,
his
he was.
match.
He was the opening one, isn't he?
Yeah. So he probably started straight away when he noticed Molinari was 2 up against. Who was he against? Was it Tiger Woods? No, I can't. No, he was Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But I think. It's a strange one. Some of the players just did not turn up this week, and we thought there would be a few that would have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are our thoughts now going on afterwards from this tournament? I mean, can we expect bigger things from Molinari before eventually he does call it a day? He's 35 now, isn't he? Something like that. Yeah.
Doesn't have a twin brother as well.
He does, Eduardo.
Molinari.
Yeah.
I actually did some research and I saw the Molinari song or something like from 2010.
I don't know how that goes. I know what you're on about, but
He won the World Cup, didn't he, or something?
I can't remember. I'm not sure, but it's funny because Molinari was at the 2012 Ryder Cup when obviously it was the miracle at Medina where Europe were 10-6 down on the final day and they somehow won 14.5 to 14 or something like that. It was the best comeback in golf. But Francesco Molinari didn't win any points in a Ryder Cup before this weekend.
Yeah.
And look what he's done. He won the Open back in July. He won tournaments before that, like the BMW PGA Championship. And this is, without doubt, Molinari's best ever season as a golfer. Whether or not it continues for him, I hope it does, because that Ryder Cup performance was not just magnificent, but it was complete dominance. Like, the guy just was calm under pressure. He never spoke throughout the whole weekend. He just got on with it. And him and Tommy Fleetwood together were absolutely brilliant. And they called them, what did they call them at the end? Mollywood. And there's a video that I just showed you, because obviously they got 4 wins out of 4.
Yeah.
And they're both lying in bed, half naked, under the cover, with the Ryder Cup in between. If you go on Instagram, Ryder Cup Team Europe page, it's absolutely brilliant.
Thomas Bjorn asleep in his full gear with it in his arms as well.
And another mention, Thomas Bjorn, probably one of the best captains we've ever had for Europe, because he just got the decisions absolutely spot on.
And what about the Team USA captain? I mean,
Jim Furyk.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you think?
Don't know. He was gracious in defeat, I think. If I remember.
I think he was very professional. But I think
you got to question his decision making.
I think
like
his decision making was pretty poor, to be honest. I don't understand why he didn't play Jordan Spieth for Justin Thomas again on the Saturday, because they are very good friends. As I said before, Bryson and Tiger Woods together, I don't understand why that happened. They got absolutely battered by him.
I mean, they certainly made amends on the singles matches on the Sunday, because they put out a pretty strong lineup at the start, didn't they? But it still wasn't enough. So you could arguably say that the Ryder Cup was arguably lost before then. I
think everyone kind of knew deep down, even the Americans on the Sunday morning knew it's going to take a miracle for us to turn it around now. But I think as well, it's the atmosphere. If you go there, it is like a football match. You don't have many Americans there, and there's Europeans shouting right at you. Every time Patrick Reed hit a ball, you heard boos, because no one likes Patrick Reed in Europe. He is like the most hated American player out of the lot. And he was complete silence in the press conference, which was brilliant. And he tried to silence the crowd. It's like, it's not happening, Patrick. You've lost.
Can I just say that there's a thing that they said on Sky Sports at the weekend when they said the pairings for Sunday. And they said that, what was it, Furyk had front-loaded the thing to try and get as many points early on. They said if it works, he's a genius. If it fails, well,
there you go. Yeah,
it's what happens now.
It nearly worked. On the first morning session, they were 3-1 up, but after that, it was a whitewash from Europe on the afternoon, and that was it.